Transformers like video that was Scramble City, right? And it was all just the combiners running around.
Oh yeah, it was like the Japanese only OVA.
OVA, original video animation.
You don't have to say the acronym. The audience has got to get it.
No one knows about anime unless they're fucking weebs.
Is Transformers not an anime though? You wouldn't consider it anime.
No, I mean they have certain parts of it are technically anime, right? Because there's
like the Headmaster and Master Force Victory.
Yeah, and
Sha Victory.
Victory.
I don't know that. I'm just pronouncing it phonetically, so that's probably not the lyrics, but that's how I remember it.
Yeah.
Rah Victory.
I don't know. I feel like that's probably what it was. Japanese or anime openings are usually pretty just like.
Yeah.
All right.
Remember the X-Men when X-Men the animated series in Japan, they had like a different opening and closing, and it was really cool.
Yeah, the animation was really good. They had a different song though.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was though. There's a Brood. It had Cable in the Brood.
Yeah, the most dynamic cartoon openings of all time. Spider blood, radioactive spider
This is McVenture Productions, where we just talk about cartoon animation openings. Let's talk about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles now.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They really explain the turtles pretty well in that song.
Yeah, you need to get everything you need to know right there.
Michelangelo's a party dude.
Yeah, Raphael's cool but rude.
Cool but rude. Donatello loves machines.
Leonardo leads. Donatello loves machines.
That really is the only quality Leonardo usually has. Only personality trait. Yep, he's the leader.
He's the Cyclops of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I like anytime they try to revitalize Cyclops in the comics or whatever. Like, yeah, we're gonna make him
speak of a dick.
more interesting. Yeah, he just becomes like a anti-hero. He's just yelling at everybody all the time. Cool, I guess.
Dick Clops. I'm Sean.
I'm Kyle. This is Space Force. There wasn't a lot of LGBT representation in 90s cartoons when you think about it.
I can't think of a single example. Can you?
No.
I mean, that's more of a real recent addition. I remember when I first started seeing it. First started seeing it in cartoons. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. And now you got like Steven Universe and
Adventure Time and Star versus the Force of whatever, everything that's on Cartoon Network.
Star versus Force of Evil, I believe, is just a Steven Universe ripoff, unless someone corrects me.
Oh, I don't know. I don't really watch any of the Cartoon Network shows except for Adventure Time, which it's not on anymore.
Yeah. I watch them because my kids do, but I guess the ones they watch are all getting canceled. So Adventure Time, Gumball's canceled now. Before I was coming over, they were watching Gumball, and it's an episode where they get sucked, or they turn their town into like an RPG, a Super Nintendo RPG, and right at the beginning, Gumball, the main character, his brother's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot your name." You know, because in RPGs you have to name yourself. And he goes, "My name is my butt."
My name's Butt Crack.
That classic joke that everybody did, like Legend of Zelda.
Well, what's your name?
I got plenty of help from my butt.
Dickhead. Yeah, that's always good stuff. Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of really creative endeavors with cartoons in the last 15 years or so.
SpongeBob.
Not SpongeBob. I don't know why people think that's going to be some sort of cultural landmark in the future or anyone will care about it. I guess because of memes. Speaking of which, that seems to be... I don't mean to shit on Gen Z or anything, but I'm really starting to get bothered by how everyone just communicates through memes all the time.
Yeah, I mean, it seems really weird that if you go on like Twitter or Instagram or Facebook, or even sometimes when I text people, there's a lot of memeing.
Yeah, even just like
here's a picture that expresses the thoughts I kind of was having.
Or even not even a thought I had. Like, I don't know what to say, so I'll just quote a meme. Like, not even send you the meme, just quote you. Something you're familiar with. Like, I don't know, everyone seems really... there's no creativity in the world anymore. Climate change, just take us out. Speaking of creativity, though, we watched a film that was about this when Donald Trump says "Make America Great Again." This is the time period he's talking about.
The 54.
1962, Baltimore, Maryland.
It's 1954.
Is it 1954?
Yes. It says at the beginning they're getting polio shots, and it says 54.
Is it? That seems weird. I didn't think greasers existed until like late 50s, early 60s.
I don't know. Don't ask me. Ask John Waters.
He would know because it's like a time period he's familiar with.
I feel like mid 50s you get some greasers, early 50s.
Whatever. It's a fucking retro Baltimore, Maryland. All John Waters movies are set in Baltimore, Maryland.
My wife made a comment when we started watching it. It's like John Waters looks like a creepy Walt Disney, which I think is pretty accurate.
Mm-hmm. He's way cooler than Walt Disney. Which is weird because he looks creepier than Walt Disney, but I have a feeling Walt Disney's probably a lot creepier than John Waters is.
I don't know if creepier is the right word, but I feel like Disney might be a little bit more evil than John Waters is.
John Waters isn't really evil. He's kind of pretentious about reading books, but
who isn't that reads books?
Am I. So yeah, that's usually the only complaint you hear about him on like the internet and stuff is like, because he's got a quote where he's like, if you go home with someone and they don't have any books on the shelves, don't sleep with them. And then so, neckbirds on the internet get upset because they're like,
they've never read a book.
Oh, does manga count, John Waters? You gay guy.
Does manga count? I guess some of it.
Some of it. Akira's pretty cool. That's like anytime Japanese like.
That's your go-to.
Yeah, because that's
Lone Wolf and Cub. That's the one I got.
Like Akira, Cowboy Bebop, everything. I just fucking hate when the characters just.
Let me state my emotion to you.
Or there's
Kyle-san.
Exposition dumps nonstop. Characters just say out loud what they're feeling, or there's a running internal monologue that it's just their storytelling techniques are just not very good.
How dare you?
I love Japanese film. It just
Grave of the Fireflies.
Anime and manga. No thanks.
I think it's just I'll be nice and say there's a very small segment of anime and manga that I really like, but
I don't think it's bad or evil.
I mean that's really true of a lot of
I don't like
media. So
TV shows.
There's like a very small segment of television I like. There's a very small segment. I like comic books a lot, but if you're gonna ask me what's the value in comic books, there's a very small segment that are beyond like escapism or entertainment.
Yeah, which is true. I guess not everything needs to be.
Not everything needs to be the best thing ever
or meaningful art or anything. Yeah. But everyone is always like, that's the problem. I guess that's once again, I just don't like nerds on the internet that like anime rather than I don't like anime because they are always convinced that like, oh, this is fucking a work of art. Having Neon Genesis Evangelion is the work of art. It's this wonderful, great philosophical treatise on blah, blah, blah. No, he just fucking threw Christian imagery in there because it's a little bit foreign in Japan. He had no idea how to finish writing the series. That's why there's like 18 different endings to it. The he's fucking dumb. The show's whack. We watched Crybaby, as we alluded to. It's the golden age of America.
Cry, baby, cry.
Lots of good music. Everyone was dressed really cool. We just fucking John Waters, Johnny Depp, Ricky Lake,
Sally Jessy Raphael,
Iggy Pop's in it.
In his second best role.
Oh, after Mona's dad,
Jesse Mecklenburg, I think is his name, or James maybe. James Mecklenburg.
And
can you? But let's pause real quick just to talk about how many people were in Pete and Pete.
Yeah, how'd they get like Steve Buscemy?
LL Cool J.
Pop, LL Cool J.
Gene Garofalo was a teacher, I think, in one episode.
Yeah.
Michael Stipe was like the ice cream man on the beach in the Mr. Swirly episode, I think. Adam West was the principal.
Yeah, they did get a lot of random people to be in it.
There's mud in my soup.
Mud in my
soup.
Oh, and best of all, famous for appearing in pornography underage.
Tracy Lawrence.
Tracy Lawrence. Hell yeah. It sounds like sketchier than it is. She lied about her age and they didn't check.
So, I mean, that's still pretty. Yeah. That's reasonably sketchy.
That's like reasonable expectation for pornography in like the 80s, I feel like. Like it's not like. Doesn't seem that extreme to me. It's just kind of like, yeah, I bet that happened a lot.
I guess it did. I don't know. Yeah, it's not outside the realm of expectation, but at the same time, like when you're, if there's any question in your mind, you should probably be checking on it.
Mm-hmm. They're probably just like, I don't know, she seems pretty cool.
I don't know. That's how anybody talks in the porn industry.
They saw into the future, and like she's gonna appear in this movie, Crybaby. She's gonna look dope as fuck. Have some really funny lines.
She's also in cool. That Kevin Smith movie with Seth Rogen. Oh, Zack and Mary Make a Porno.
She's in that?
Yeah.
Oh, is she the porn star in it?
She's one of the porn stars in it.
Yeah. I haven't seen that movie since the theaters. I don't really remember except for the Dutch rudder thing. That's pretty gay. Also, there's a few like John Waters mainstays in it. Like Mink Stole shows up in one scene in an iron lung and just yells because that's what she always does in John movies. But yeah, so good stuff. This movie is a satire.
What?
And it's really campy because it's John Waters. So we'll just get that out of the way.
I mean, it's got a very similar comedic sensibility to like the Zucker Brother movies, is what I always felt.
Zucker Brothers.
Airplane, Naked Gun.
Oh yeah, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, it's also like...
Can't believe you know the Zucker Brothers.
I'm familiar with their work. I didn't realize that they... Yeah, I guess I didn't make the connection. Did they also do a Kentucky Fried Movie?
I think so.
I think I am familiar with them then. I just didn't recognize the name. I guess I don't have the name associated with the...
How dare you?
Yeah, but this is also like the fucking... This and Hairspray, the fucking tamest John Waters movies ever made.
Yo, yeah, 100%. This is probably the tamest one. Oh, maybe Hairspray.
This is PG-13 at least. Hairspray is PG.
Oh, is it? Oh.
Yeah, and it's about like wholesome stuff like racial integration and acceptance and stuff.
The only movie I ever walked out of was the remake of Hairspray.
What a joke. Zac Efron? Ha.
John Travolta as the mom?
Instead of Divine? Ridiculous. Man.
John Waters wasn't involved with that, was he? So I don't feel bad
sure
about walking out of it?
Well, he helped create the Broadway version of Hairspray, which did amazing. And then the remake is based more on...
The Broadway, yeah, it's like the producer's shit.
But it's also like even changed from that. So I don't know how much creative input he had in the remake. He got money off of it, I'm sure, which is great. So good for you, John Waters. But I don't think he really got to participate that much.
Good, then. I'm glad I walked out.
Yeah, because it's not as good as Hairspray. It's just kind of like fucking... I don't know. Hey, kids, do you think you'll see this movie? Zac Efron's in it.
He plays Ted Bundy.
Yeah, Ted Bundy, the rock star? I know him. He's famous, right? He was handsome, got all the ladies.
He was handsome and so smart.
He only tried necrophilia, or he only tried to...
Like 5, 7, half a dozen times.
Yeah, he only tried to eat the women like twice. And he's, nah, not for me. Which I get. Like, I'm sure you'd be like, I'll try it.
I've already gone this far.
Well, maybe we'll watch Hairspray next. Nah,
let's save it for later.
Yeah, I don't like Hairspray that much anyway. Well, it's an alright movie. I just wish we could watch the real hits. Pink Flamingo.
That's like 78,
yeah, those
right?
are
Like
70s,
even 79 is like the most we can stretch.
Yeah. Well, just keep in mind John Waters is the best. If you get time and you're just on YouTube not really doing anything, there's a couple like long form interviews with him about his life and career and his beliefs and stuff. He's a really fucking interesting guy. Oh, also, read his books and stuff too. I just fucking love John Waters. And it's just so you know, this movie's just gonna be like a bouncy, fun, campy romp. The title like literally bounces in and it has like a bounce sound effect. So Crybaby, bong, bong. And the font looks like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah.
Little graffiti. Everyone's in line getting vaccinated in the beginning of the movie.
Oh man, they're gonna get that tism.
Yeah, so if this movie came out now, if we remade it and
as soon as they got the polio vaccine, they'd all become dumb.
Well, no, there'd be so much controversy from the anti-vax movement. They'd be like, "What? This is so offensive to my beliefs, my strange beliefs."
I believe everyone should get polio and be crippled like our former president.
And Ming Stoll shows up later in an iron lung because she didn't get the vaccination. She's got polio.
Now I'm pretty sure it's emphysema.
That might be. Yeah, but they're all getting vaccinated. If you notice, there's one kid who like looks directly at the camera and winks at the very beginning. I always thought that was pretty cool. They do like little bits of small characterization here, like so
with old radio face.
So Hatchet Face is in line, looking good from behind. Someone pinches her butt. She turns around, got a switchblade, and she's got scary makeup. And they're like,
Scary makeup and scary teeth.
Yeah, I feel like the dudes behind... it seems like a small school. You think they'd be aware of who she was anyways.
Yeah.
But it works with characterization. And then Milton gets his shot, and he's like kind of like nerdy, but he loves Hatchet Face.
Milton's not nerdy. He's cool. He's a handsome... He's dumb and he's mean. It's everything you need from a young man.
Yeah, I mean, he's cooler than the Squares for sure, but he's the low man of the totem pole, I feel like, in Crybaby's gang. After the Crybaby girls. Ricky Lake's there. She's pregnant. She's not a talk show host yet. So she's the star of Hairspray, speaking of. And John Waters loved her, so she's in this too. Yeah, she's Crybaby's sister.
Pepper.
Yeah, and then also fucking the coolest character in the movie, Tracy Lords as Wanda. I just think she's so great in this movie.
I like her parents a lot.
Yeah, she's just so like harried by like her loving parents.
Yeah, it's like because they clearly like they love her a lot, and they're like well, yeah, you do your own thing, whatever.
And she's like, come the fuck off.
It's so funny.
Yeah,
because they just don't understand her, but they still love her and they want her to be happy. It's a very sweet relationship.
Yeah, and like there's like the cool thing about it is like it's the character where like you can tell 2 years from now when she's 18 or whatever, she'll appreciate her parents. She'll have herself figured out more and appreciate her parents more. It's like not that big a deal. But just because she's like 16 now, she's fucking leave me alone, Dad.
I don't want to check out of state license plates.
Yeah. But no, I have a soft spot for like punk rockabilly girls. Like that's, I'm into that style. So her haircut is so fucking dope. Her makeup's on point. They got her dressed really. You don't
like Allison when she becomes a drape?
Nah, not as much as Wanda. I'm about Wanda. Tracy Lord's got a cool ass face. Also, she does this thing where like the old like 20s, 30s early animations where the characters like never stood still. So
yeah,
she's always just kind of doing.
She
like
got that Betty Boop thing.
Yeah, I was like, damn, that's dope. She does a really good job in this movie. It's pretty cool. So those are the Crybaby girls and Milton. He's there too. And then we see the Squares. And they're just they fucking look square.
The Socias?
Yeah, they made them look like really like these dudes are fucking dweebs. They're wearing like khakis and like tucked in like Easter shirts and stuff.
Yeah, they're Sunday best.
Yeah.
Do you own a pair of khakis?
No.
Nah, neither.
I did at one point because they were like getting cool in that sort of like ironic way where you'd get like skinny pegged khakis, tuck them into your combat boots.
I would never do that.
Oh, I did. It was all right, but then no, I'm just like really against
khakis,
any formal attire at this point in my life. I feel like it's class warfare. I know that seems extreme, but like. I do think there's something about...
I'm not putting on the uniform of the bourgeois pigs.
Exactly, yeah. There's like an element of that too where I'm like, nah, I don't need to try to do that shit anymore. I'm getting old. My blood pressure's all elevated and shit. Like, fuck it. I'm not getting dressed up for this bullshit job and blah, blah, blah. Fucking combat boots.
I will say that as I've gotten older, my my cynicism level is way up in my threshold for even the smallest amount of bullshit is low. Every job does this. Like they do like the whole cult mentality a little bit, where they kind of reprogram you. Like we have our own words, and we call ourselves the shipmates instead of like the employees. And I have no patience for any of that shit.
No, I don't like it at all. I also don't like how it's become commonplace for like, oh, we don't call it training or anything like that. More, it's onboarding. We're gonna get you on board. Yeah, that sounds fucking weird.
Yeah,
it sounds like
on board what?
It sounds like a fucking cult. It sounds like
that's what all corporations, all jobs do that to a certain degree. Like their training is part of a lot of it is just trying to get you to think and feel like you're part of the team, Kyle.
Like the military as well. Cult indoctrination. But what I don't know, or what do I know? I'm like a 32-year-old loser. So that's my note. It says Tracy Sobey. Damn Squares. Because they just fucking look like such dweebs. They're little buzz cuts and stuff. Anyways, here comes Crybaby.
We'll get you a haircut, Crybaby.
You ever heard of a whiffle? A whiffle. Here comes Crybaby. Speaking of, we're about to see him for the first time ever. The coolest kid in school. The coolest kid in town. The toughest kid. Most rebellious. All the ladies love him. Because he's got that single, like, real thick glycerin tear.
He doesn't look that tough.
No, he looks like skinny young Robert Downey Jr. Or not Robert Downey, Johnny Depp. I forgot like what Johnny Depp looked like when he was that young.
Do you think he was a huge asshole back then, or did he grow into that with all the money?
I think it might be a recent development because I do feel like he was.
You got to be careful what we say, otherwise he'll sue us for defamation for $50 million, so he can feed his artisanal rum and vodka habit.
I don't have $50 million, Johnny Depp.
Good luck getting blood from this turnip.
I'm not going to talk too much shit because he does a really good job in this movie.
I'll talk a little bit of shit because he's done so many fucking Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
I haven't seen one since.
There's no. Do you think he'd ever do a movie like this again? He can't make $650 million from it, so
I don't know. I bet if John Waters is like, "Hey, I have a good idea for Crybaby
2,
40 years later,
Crying Man,
yeah,
Man Cry."
I think you might do it. Still get Iggy Pop.
I think it's time. Yeah. I think it's time for that. There's too much
That's
toxic
what the world
masculinity.
needs. Yeah, I want to see this real shit.
I will say there's a little bit of like toxic masculinity in this movie.
Yeah, there's a lot of themes in this movie that I think they're addressed really well though because it is satire. So he's presenting themes and tropes that exist in these 60s romance bullshit Romeo and Juliet movies, but he's doing it in such a tongue-in-cheek way where it's like, and it's self-aware, so it's just kind of pointing out the absurdity of some of these things.
I wonder if John Waters is on Twitter, just because that popped into my head.
I wonder. I don't know like how up to hanging out with the kids he is, you know?
John Waters up to hanging out with the kids.
He just made a cameo.
If you know what I mean.
On the Independent Spirit Awards, Aubrey Plaza was hosting.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's shit like the 50th anniversary of his first movie coming out. Jesus. Mondo Trasho. 50, yeah, about 50 years. Man, that's crazy. He's an old man now, an old fella. You can see Johnny Depp's real tattoo when he gets his shot. He's got that Native American man. The crybaby's not real though. I think
he had one that says Winona, and now when she broke with him, it says "Why no forever."
Wino forever.
Wino forever.
Yeah, he loves
the wino.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good.
He's got a $50 million wine habit.
Yeah, that shit's pretty good. He should.
I don't know why I know that fact about Johnny Depp. I don't know where the fuck it came from. Some interview at some point.
Yeah, I think it would have been cool. He should have just gotten the Crybaby tattoo. That's what I would have done if I was appearing.
I should have got the actual teardrop.
Yeah,
and then just told people he killed someone in prison.
Yeah, he didn't deserve that tattoo.
No, he didn't.
I was thinking that during that scene. I was like, he hasn't killed anybody yet.
He was gonna kill Allison.
Electricity killed my parents.
Are we still at the opening of the movie?
Yeah, well, so he gets his shot. He does that one single tear, which
what a wuss.
Ladies all love. But you see how thick that tear was?
He's got some tear duct problems.
It's like gelatinous. Looks like hair gel. Yeah. So whatever. Shot. They're done getting shots. That scene show of the movie. Our Scrape. She's part square, part drape. Is into Crybaby because he's young Johnny Depp. She comes. Oh no, one of the best lines in the movie. She steps outside and she's just like, "I'm tired of being good." Goddamn, Johnny Depp's got me all boned up. I'm tired of being good. Which I get it. Have you ever had that feeling where you're just like, man, fuck this shit. I'm tired of doing the right thing. I'm getting weird tonight. The drapes are all hanging out. This is where we see Wanda's parents for the first time. And the crossing guard is Wanda's mom. And she's like, we're having blah, blah, blah for dinner. Look both ways before you cross the street. And she's like, good job, teenagers.
Yeah.
Like, pointing out the fact that they're treating them like children.
Yeah. Good, you're so... Well...
Yeah.
That's not how we handle crossing the street, teenagers. That's not what we do.
Yeah.
The best form of parenting.
Mm-hmm.
Talk down to your children. Oh, no, that's not the right way.
Well, I was thinking that was a commentary on how we treat teenagers in high school, in the broader sense. Aside from her just being an overbearing mother. And then her dad's the bus driver. And he's like, we count out-of-state license plates. I saw one all the way from...
Oh, Dad, you're embarrassing me.
And you know the other Drape's like, damn, I wish my parents loved me.
Parents love me. So that's
Good dude.
Cryberry's grandma was my guess.
Yeah.
That's his actual grandma, right? That's what we're supposed to...
Yeah, that's their grandma. Ramona Ricketts. She's pretty badass. And
she's no Belvedere.
Iggy Pop. He cut his hair for this movie. John Waters said he saved a lock of Iggy Pop's hair and he still has it. I'd do the same though. It's Iggy Pop.
Where I put it in lock. I put it in a locket and wear my neck.
And when you open the locket, it'd be like, I'm a street walking cheat with a heart full of napalm.
Damn, you ruined my joke about him street rocking cheetah in a heart full of napalm being in a bathtub.
Damn. Yeah, so the Drapes are gonna take off, have a good time. Grandma's here to pick up. I can't remember her name. Allison. And Brad? Is that what her boyfriend's name is?
He looks like a Brad, but who knows?
Fucking, we'll say his name's,
why not go with Brad?
Brad or
the Bradster.
It's Brad or Tanner or Jaden or, you know, like those goofy...
Dylan.
Yeah, goofy, like, white dude names that you hear sometimes. That's what he's got. Kyle, technically. Kyle's like kind of a cliche one now.
Is it?
Yeah.
I hear a lot of girls named Kyle.
Really? Kyle, not Kylie?
No, there's a straight up Kyle. There's some girls named Sean too.
Interesting. Kylie's a slang term for a boomerang in Australia.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, and also, and then extrapolating on top of boomerang, Kylie then also becomes a slang term for like a girl that like, you know, you just got her on the leash a little bit, you know? Because she always comes back around.
It's offensive, Kyle.
I know, but...
It's super offensive. You should apologize right now. Apologize for coming up with that offensive term.
I didn't come up with it.
No, you did.
I apologize that sometimes that is a reality that happens. It's not something that I actively participate in, but I do think it's really cool how language works. So fuck you. His grandma's got a fucking bomb-ass line.
Oh, yeah. Her grandma, you mean?
Yeah. Because they're in the car, and Allison says something like a little too risque, and Grandma goes, "Where'd you learn those jazz words?"
Yeah, that's great. You talking jive over here?
Those jazz words. Got some of those jazz cigarettes.
You been smoking that tea down with the coloreds?
Mm-hmm. Crybaby doesn't drink and drive. He's responsible.
Crybaby always wears a seatbelt, and he always signals his lane changes.
Mm-hmm. No, he doesn't, because the very next scene, he's doing some dangerous driving.
Or is it? He's always in control.
That's right, because he's not drunk.
Yeah, they're singing a doo-wop song.
Mm-hmm. It's, like, pretty cute, you know?
If there wasn't the danger of
I think
death involved.
I think that makes it better. But, you know, it's movie stuff. I don't know if you'd want to do it in real life. But
you know what you would want to do? You've seen the Michael J. Fox Teen Wolf, correct?
Mm-hmm.
You do want to dance and surf on top of a moving car.
Yeah. I feel like for a while they tried to, because of that movie, the news and stuff tried to make it seem like that was
that was a problem.
Dangerous trend that was taking place. Like everyone was just trying to.
He's out there teen wolfing.
Yeah, man, they're fucking out there teen wolfing. And I don't know anyone who did that. Fucking, we used to ghost ride the whip though. So basically the same thing. That was dumb as hell.
That's not quite the same thing.
No,
I actually think like it's a lot less danger involved than ghost riding the whip.
Kind of a lot safer, really. I remember one time, so we were doing it like in high school, goofing around, being dumb kids. But then I remember one time, I was like, this is when I'm like 25, living with a couple of roommates.
Way past the time you should be ghost riding the whip.
Yeah, and then we're having a party that night. And it's like the very beginning of the party, so like so far it's just my roommates, some girlfriends, and a couple of our close friends are coming over. Get the party started early, you know? And we're outside smoking, and we just hear like so much bass coming down the street. And I'm like, oh man, what could be going on? What's going on? And then creeping up comes like three of my friends ghost riding the whip, like listen to E40, like hella loud, just coming down the street. And I was like, oh god damn. It was cool, but then also like some of us were like around 30 at that point, so it was kind of weird, but it was a good time. It was very I'll remember that forever. So the problem with these drape girls is they're wearing hysterectomy pants.
Yeah.
That's what Grandma thinks, because their pants are tight. I guess she doesn't want them to wear pants at all, right?
Yeah, that's why you gotta wear skirts and dresses, and they have to go past your knee.
We don't really see any of the draped girls wearing pants too often, though, except for Allison when she gets her makeover. And she looks kind of like a gypsy. She doesn't look like rockabilly.
No.
More bohemian.
Well, she's not a drape, and she's not a square, Kyle. She's a scrape.
Yeah, kind of skipped over it. Crybabies, all the drapes are singing a song to Allison because Crybaby's like, I'm going to get that. I'm going to get that. They're driving real dangerously close, singing at her. Presented very dryly, but you're like, this is kind of goofy. Allison and Grandma and Brad, Tanner, Jaden, they're on the way to...
Brad, Tanner, Jaden.
Brad, Tanner, Jaden, they're on the way to a talent show at the fucking finishing school.
That the grandma owns, yeah.
Yeah.
Remember the 3 B's. Baloney, 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 and baloney.
Yeah, the talent show is whack. Fucking Brad's got his little doo-wop quartet. The Whittles, right? That's the haircut they talk about having too. They're fucking whack. I hate them. I mean, the song, like, cool.
I could be a dream, or life could be a dream.
Yeah. I mean, the song's, like, cheesy and corny.
I love that song.
Point.
Yeah.
The people singing do a good job, but, like, those fucking 4 nerds, man. Those squares. They really are squares. Fucking, I don't really like I never really got the barbershop quartet thing. Like, it has an interesting sound.
Baby on board.
Yeah, the Simpsons episode.
B sharps.
The B sharps. There's a cool sound to it, but like just the that time period and the way.
Yeah, I like the sound, but like the aesthetic that goes along with it is not.
Like,
I'm not a fan of that.
What was that supposed to be? Like, what are you trying to do? No one's ever gonna rob you because I think your wallet's empty. And then juxtaposition, we go to the summer camp that Ramona Ricketts and Iggy Pop own.
Turkey Hill or Turkey
Point?
Turkey Point, yeah.
Yeah, and we get to see the contrast where this is where the poor kids hang out.
Yeah, Maryland fought for the North in the Civil War, so that flag should be burned.
Yeah, it's weird that the Confederate flag is displayed so prominently, but...
No coloreds.
Well, no, there's actually...
Yeah, I know. It's like the very next scene after they show the fucking Civil War flag.
Yeah. There's Dupree. Oh, and...
we get our first introduction to Lenora, right? Lenore?
Yeah, Lenore. Or is it Lenore? No,
Lorraine? It's Alan.
It's Lenore. It's Lenora.
Lenora.
She's got it bad for Crybaby.
Yeah, she's got Mondo Gazungus.
Mondo Gazungus. She burnt a CB into her thigh.
For Crybaby.
Yeah, for Crybaby. And she's like, check it out, Crybaby. And he's like, get out of here.
I mean, fun fact about Maryland, I guess this is probably why they had the Civil War flag, or the Southern flag, is they were the only, I think they're the only northern state that was a slave-owning state that remained with the North in the Civil War.
I think
Wait, was there one more? Man, my knowledge of Civil War is loose. It's shaky as best. Yeah. Listen to the Last Dragon episode to find out.
So I don't think the Confederate flag is displayed here for...
It's displayed. I think it's to make you think of like poor white trash. I think it's the idea.
Yeah. So I think there's specific personal historic reasons for John Waters to put it in there, because I think he's familiar with these type of people that actually exist in Baltimore, because that's where he's lived his entire life. I think they might display the Confederate flag. And as much as I love rockabilly, the psychobilly scene, and that sort of stuff, there is still a contingent of people in that scene that are kind of crackery, and even though they might not be vocally racist, like members of like the Nazi punk movement and stuff, they do still have some appreciation for the Confederate flag and some weird crackery hillbilly stuff. So unfortunately,
go fuck
that's
yourself.
Kind of part of it. So I wasn't too surprised to see it. I was just like, eh. Oh yeah, that said, to make up for it, John Waters is like, don't worry, Dupree and his gang hang out with them too.
Yeah, but they don't do shit.
When everyone gets arrested, you see that his gang and all the black people that were there, like in a completely different like truck, getting pulled away.
Well, it's the 1950s. That's why.
Well, I mean, that's what Hairspray is all about too. Is like he's making a mockery of like how backwards American society is and stuff. So he's got like a real delicate touch with it in this one, but John Waters is aware of the shit, you know.
I got some comments going for this. If we get to some of the jailhouse scenes.
Yeah. Milton's parents are really into Jesus. We see him in the parking lot.
Yeah.
And let Jesus be your gang leader.
Well, I mean, Jesus was a gang leader.
Yeah,
The apostles were a fucking gang.
Man, how many apostles he had? 12 of them?
13?
13 apostles?
14 apostles?
Man, I don't even have 13 friends right now. Couldn't even start my own gang.
I mean, if I count you, I think I got like 4.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I'm butt naked. We missed Iggy Pop and his butt naked.
Oh, yeah. He's taking a bath in, like, what are those things called? A wash basin?
Wash basin.
A wash basin. I like how happy-go-lucky Iggy Pop is in this movie, like the way he's playing it most of the time. Because normally he's kind of, like, serious.
Uh-huh.
I mean, he's not even that serious in real life, but usually
Well,
everyone makes him be serious. But in this movie, he's like, "Oh boy, I can't wait to show you your new motorcycle."
Here's a baby crib made of bones.
Right when they Lenore first shows up and talks to Crybaby, right before that, there's like a line of greaser dudes and a line of greaser girls
Doing a little dance.
yeah, like a synchronized dance thing, just like as a little transition. I don't know. Part of me is like, why is that there? And then the other part of me is like, I don't know. I liked it. I liked it. Yeah. So
There's also that creep outside Turkey Hill.
Tojo,
nudie cutie.
nudie cutie. You want to be a nudie cutie?
$3. You have them. Why not show what you got?
Yeah, why not? You can tell
That guy would later go on to rape and murder 3 women.
No, that's fucking Larry Flint.
That's what I said.
What? You take that back. Larry Flint's not crazy like Hugh Hefner.
I'm just saying. I'm the fucking character here.
Oh yeah. Dojo. He actually looks like one of the higher ups at my job. Yeah. Yeah.
Now I know why that one dude that goes around making sly comments to all the black and brown people is still there.
Oh yeah, because there are no rules. I'm sure people listening are familiar with this. Yeah, and everyone wants to talk big on the internet, like some sort of like male privilege doesn't still exist in the workplace or some bullshit like that. Like, yeah, it does. You walk around and see it all the goddamn time. Just fucking be honest about it, you fucking dickheads.
Yeah, it's not the film industry is not the only one that has Me Too problems.
No, you see it every goddamn day in your regular ass fucking.
You can just ignore it because it makes you feel better.
Or fucking when you do call them out on it, you get in trouble. Or you call them out on it and they just do that stupid deflection and shit. Like, oh no, I'm just blah blah blah, man. Fucking if you don't work out right now, fucking stomp your ass, man. Step on your neck. Fucking punk ass young blood, goddamn.
Got violent real quick.
Yeah, shit pisses me off. Oh, whatever. Crybaby's happiest juvenile delinquent in Baltimore. He'd be mad too. He'd fight those fools. He's got fucking. So he gets his motorcycle and he's immediately like, "I met a girl. I'm gonna go get her." And he's riding the motorcycle and you know he's going fast because he's like Sonic. He's gotta go fast. His hair's staying in place, though. How strong do you think his pomade is?
It's super strong. He's
Dapper
like
Dan.
Dan.
He's a Dapper Dan, man.
In this place, the geological oddity. 2 weeks from ever. 2 weeks from ever. Geographical oddity. It's the geological, which is rocks and
That'd
shit.
be different. That'd be like volcanoes. Volcanoes. Yeah, so
volcano.
He rolls up to the finishing school, and he's like, Allison, I'm gonna take you away from all this horror.
Allison, I'm here to groom you.
Yeah, well, she doesn't want to be good. She's like, I'm tired of being good.
Yeah, I don't want to be groomed. And then, of course, Brad's like, you can't go. And she's like, you don't own me. But let's see what the Supreme Court has to say. Justice Kavanaugh?
Luckily, though, her grandma's like low-key kind of like...
Okay. Yeah, she's kind of all right.
And she doesn't really like Brad, I don't think. So she's like...
she's been rebuking him the entire movie. She's like, what did I tell you, Brad?
That's
Women don't like to be pawed.
Yeah. So she's like, all right, well, just don't get your dress dirty.
Is it Belson? It's definitely a B name.
Oh,
Belford? It's Belford.
Buford. It's Bubba.
Bubba? Nah, it's definitely not Bubba.
Oh yeah, one of the drapes would be more likely to be named Bubba.
Mm-hmm. That's the real low man on the Crybaby gang. The one you don't hear about.
Yeah, she's like, just don't get your dress dirty, pretty much. And it's like, oh my god, Allison, you're about to have the fucking wildest weekend.
Let's go back to Turkey Point.
Hell yeah, that's what the party's at. They're having a fucking show. There's a Crybaby band. Everyone's gonna slow dance and kiss really fucking hard. First thing we see though is got some baby drapes because Ricky Lake's got 2 kids already, and this little baby drapes. They're pretty cute. I like they're little kids. They don't really know how to act, but like it's integrated really well into the film, so it just comes off as kind of like
charming,
funny,
kid,
and endearing, instead of being annoying. Yeah. The first things first, man. Fucking, she needs a makeover because Crybaby girls use their bazongas as weapons, and Wanda does shortly after that. Like, literally,
it's foreshadowing, Kyle.
Yeah, I said before, she gets a makeover. She doesn't necessarily look like rockabilly. She just kind of looks bohemian. She's the one wearing hysterectomy pants, though.
No, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. She comes out for Crybaby's big number, King Crybaby. Fucking everyone knows the lyrics to it. Like, he's definitely like the coolest local band in town, like king of the scene sort of thing. That's Crybaby. The song's really fucking dope. I love this song.
Who wrote these songs? I didn't mean to look it up, but I didn't do it.
Oh, what is his name? Is like Patrick Williams or something like that. He's the music producer for this and Hairspray. He's a friend of John Waters.
What?
That
doesn't make sense.
Casting director Pat Moran for most of John Waters movies. Known him since he was a little kid. Grew up down the street. John Waters pretty much only works with people that he knows from Baltimore from forever, because he's gangster like that. Yeah, the song's really dope. I really like the guitar. That's just like I did notice there's some like piano key flourishes in the song.
You're like, where's the piano coming from?
No one's playing piano. I was like, Wanda's just playing the triangle really well.
Rocking that triangle. The triangle is the cowbell of the 50s.
They got stand-up bass, which, I don't know, I guess a lot of people think it's kind of goofy, but like I said, I'm into the rockabilly, psychobilly shit, and I always thought it was cool as fuck when someone was playing stand-up bass. And he even does that cool trick.
You spin it?
Yeah, he spins it, but he also picks it up like a regular guitar and he's playing it. Like, it's cool when people do stand-up bass tricks. I don't care what anyone says. Get off my internet, you damn kids.
It's a lost art.
Yeah, you don't see. Well, yeah, there's not like any new like psychobilly bands coming out, really.
Tiger Army will never die, Kyle.
No, that's true. Their last album from like 2 years ago was really good. Not super rockabilly. More like a broader country sound, which I'm alright with. Oh yeah, Big Panties. Lenore takes off her big old panties.
Big old granny panties.
Big old 60s panties.
Like, that's all they had in the 60s.
Yeah, it's crazy. So I think it's cool the freedom that women have now, like, cause like bikinis, a lot of them are like thongs and stuff now, so like girls can just have their ass out.
Yeah, I don't think that's cool, because there's a danger in thongs, like that poop will travel right up that thong string to your vagina, and you'll get like some poop in that vagina.
Oh, word. Well, I think it's cool for letting women dress how they want to dress, sort of thing. But
you want granny panties?
Well, no, like,
I demand everyone wear granny panties.
You guys,
this town is like Footloose, but instead of dancing, it's granny panties.
Like, based on like a lot of my girlfriends and my experience and stuff, you guys, like, I've talked to them about it.
Does this feel comfortable? You like this?
Yeah, like all the time. Like, the only time I had one girlfriend, the only time she would wear like anything but thongs is when she's on her period, and she'd wear just some like old big panties and stuff. It was cool because it like make you look like Macho Man or Hulk Hogan, because they wear their little undies up like really high in their waist. So I always like, oh, here she comes. This is a fucking WWF blank. I won't say
coming in at 110 pounds.
I won't say her name on the
hailing
podcast.
from Venice Beach, California.
Yeah, but that was always really cute. But aside from that, yeah, it was always like thongs and stuff, and I was like, you don't get uncomfortable? And she's like, I guess I'm just used to it now. And I'd be like, you got a callous butthole. But I mean, I don't want to be one of those dudes who's like, oh, I know what women should wear and blah blah blah. If you're into it, you're into it, I guess. It just seems crazy to me that you don't ever wear comfortable panties.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Bras also seem very uncomfortable, but
I think those just are. Whatever though, do what you gotta do, girls. But shit, those panties are big, man.
Crybaby just kicks him to the side. That's what everybody looks like.
What? They finish up the song. Everyone's.
Allison comes up and joins. For
Oh yeah, she's somehow. Oh, I guess she's freestyling, just straight off the dome. Little Vince Staples action. There. Five fingers of death. Everyone's pretty like turned on by the song, because afterwards it's like,
oh, it's makeout time.
Everyone's out on the lawn on blankets, kissing real hard. Allison's like, I don't want to get mononucleosis. Crybaby's like, I'm an orphan too.
Electricity killed my parents.
Electricity killed my parents. I just love excuse me.
Is that tattoo real?
The electric chair one?
Yeah.
No, that'd be cool. I want to get that one. I just love how serious and intense Johnny Depp delivers most of his lines, just because he's supposed to be like a real like James Dean, mysterious, like sad boy kind of thing. But it's just like everything else in the movie, it's so self-aware, and Johnny Depp is aware of what he's doing. It's really good. Electricity killed my parents.
Electricity killed my parents.
My dad was alphabet bomber.
A is for airplane. B is for barbershop.
C is for car wash.
D
Boom.
is for drugstore. Then get to
Boom.
E. If he had only bombed the electric chair, he would have been safe.
Yeah, that's what he would have done for E. So close. And then his mom could barely read, but they fried her anyways, which does sound like, American justice.
It does a little bit, but it seems like a lot of the time wives get off on the serial killer thing.
That's true. A lot of times they're just like, I had no idea.
I didn't know he was keeping all those children in the basement. How am I supposed to know?
Yeah, I don't know.
You
Just, you got a secret life. I don't know. I don't know. That's why you gotta get like Manson's girls, where they're like, fuck you mean? I killed for him. It's the real ride or die shit. That's what you're looking for, boys. Young man out there listening, you want to get a gang of girls that'll kill for you. Crybabies girls. The fucking squares show up, man, and they're causing like a lot of property damage.
First of all, there's a lot of like tongues involved.
Oh yeah, they're all kissing like super hard, like real lickety lick, which is fine. I mean, I guess they're supposed to be like young kids,
Except for Iggy Pop and
No, they're just madly in love.
Belvedere and Ricketts.
And they're playing it for laughs too. It's just real. I'm sure. I feel like there's a lot of people I could show this movie to, and that scene would they'd be like, "Oh, what? Gross!" But like, to me, it's just like really funny. Yeah. So they're all kissing really hard, doing like extreme licks, like the throws of passion type licks. You know what I mean?
Some of them are. Some of them are just like, let's do twirlies with our tongues.
Mm-hmm.
We're both helicopters.
The baby drapes are just like, gross, but they switch lollipops to get herd immunity, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then the squares show up. They're painting on the car, smashing windows. They set Crybaby's bike on fire. Like, I don't care about like the sort of like class struggle that's going on in Baltimore at the time, and the injustice served upon the poor as it's perpetuated even nowadays. Like, I feel like the extremity of the squares crimes, like they might have gotten punished that time.
I don't know, man. It's the 50s, and I know what happened to Black Wall Street.
That's a good point. Yeah, and then even that kid in West Texas that was killed, the punk rock kid.
Oh,
and the dude got off. That was like fucking 1999. Yeah. So yeah, if you're a little bit outside the norm, people can kill you sometimes. Yeah. Every person of color in the LGBT community is fully aware of that. But for the middle class white listeners, sometimes people can kill you and get away with it. That's why you always gotta toe the line. Speaking of which, this is a scene where they have a full out brawl. There's a fight, and then immediately cut to everyone being arrested, and you see all the black folk that are at the party. They're in like barbed wire cage pickup truck, like chain gang together and shit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the white people don't get it much better. They get it locked into a paddy wagon.
Yeah, they got the paddy wagon.
Well, and the only people that really get off are the socias, the squares. Even though they're the ones that caused all the property damage and started the fight.
Yeah, they just showed up causing them problems. In fact, I mean, probably just the bias of the movie and John Waters and stuff, but the squares seem to be responsible for all the problems
in
this movie. Huh. Seems like just kill the rich.
The squares are a bunch of cock blockers, that's for sure.
Well, I guess so. Brad's just mad that Allison went with them, right? Or like they might even have like a collective tribal madness about it. Like, oh, Tika, One of all women. Oh,
Yeah, that's
go
how I
get 'em.
kind of feel like it.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the motivation, right?
One of my notes to this scene, it says John Waters is better at action than half of the directors we watched.
Yeah, the fight scene's actually directed really well.
Yeah.
And then
There's a couple like, I mean, there's some close cuts, but like all the background
Yeah.
shit is really interesting too.
I like when he's on the motorcycle and like, come on, Allison, let's make our daring escape. And he gets like 10 feet and there's tons of cops.
But all the lady cops just have nightsticks.
You can't trust them with guns.
And that old Brad Belford Jaden is like, oh, they hurted me. Allison, I'm all hurted. I came here and picked a fight and they punched me in the mouth.
No, they hurt him just because he loved her.
Yeah, okay.
Which is fucking, what a weird shit to say. They hurt me because I love you so much. And she's like, for a second she thinks about it because she's like, I don't know, you probably shouldn't get beat up. But then it's like, yeah, you should.
Yeah.
You see, he set Crybaby's motorcycle on fire.
Wrecked a
He's
bunch
not
of
dead. Yeah, but they all get arrested. What's gonna happen next? Well,
Can we take Wanda the fuck home?
yeah, one of the funniest lines in the
That
movie.
is the funniest line in the movie.
I like that they build up to it by bleeping it out. And their parents being so clueless. And I was just like, Judge, can we take Wanda the fuck home? And this is where
it's a word. The funny part is like how accurate the dad is. It's like it's a word that Wanda uses to make herself feel more important,
which is feel older than she is,
which is true,
like an adult. And it's like, oh yeah, that's true. This is where you start to see Grandma's true colors too. She's kind of like, this is kind of fucked up. Because they take away Crybaby's sister's kids. They're gonna take all of Iggy Pop and Ramona Ricketts' money.
Mm-hmm.
Susan Tyrell, they take all their money.
It seems like they've been doing a lot of thieving, and like what they gotta make some money from the Turkey Hill. Why do I keep calling it Turkey Hill? Turkey Point.
Yeah, from the like camp or whatever it is. People come into dances and shows and stuff.
Yeah, you need to throw up a concession stand, Belvedere, and make some money.
But I mean, they seem to be committing victimless crimes. You know, they're just like stealing hubcaps. And shit.
They stole a car.
Oh yeah. Oh man, like I don't care too much about property crime unless you burn Crybaby's motorcycle. Then I'm pissed. Take one of the fuck home. This is where Mink Soul gets rolled in an iron lung, just yelling.
We're here. I can't believe my daughter.
Yeah, so Milton's gonna get off because his parents are religious, speaking in tongues and stuff. Wanda's gonna get to go the fuck home. I guess Hatchet Face too, because her parents showed up.
Yeah.
And then obviously Allison is gonna get to go back with her grandma.
Pepper gets her kids taken, but she gets to go home.
Yeah, and the judge is thirsty for grandma.
Yeah.
He's like, "You're a fine, beautiful woman.
Fine, beautiful, wrinkly woman."
So everyone, more or less is okay except for Crybaby. He's gonna,
Pepper.
And Pepper lost her kids. Belvedere and Ramona Ricketts are gonna lose everything probably. So except for their immediate family being completely devastated, everything's fine.
Justice served.
Mm-hmm. He's not going to jail. He's going to like
correctional boys, correctional facility.
Yeah, until he's 21. And so that's where we go next. And guess who's there?
Willem Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe. He's got like a 5-minute cameo.
Yeah, I know why the cage bird sings, because he had to look at Willem Dafoe.
Hey, pretty boy.
Ooh. God bless my correctional officer.
Oh, first though, when he's going in, Eleanor comes and hugs him, and it's like, "Oh, we're getting married. And I'm having his baby."
Yeah,
and then I like the radio broadcast. It's like local drape and known hussy. But yeah, they have a prayer before bedtime. And it's, I love my correctional officer. I love Nixon.
It's not Nixon. It's Eisenhower.
Eisenhower.
It's the 50s.
Oh,
God damn it.
He says Eisenhower, and then he says Rome, and then he says Nixon.
Does he say Nixon?
Uh-huh.
Oh, well, he's vice president during the time, so that's fair.
Yeah. And yes, I'll say it. Then Crybaby's got a little like milk jug guitar, and he does a sad song, and everyone's into it because they're like, "God damn it, I hate being in prison, and not being able to talk to my sweetheart too." They're all feeling it. Some of them are like, I don't know, I found love in here. Found love in a hopeless place.
Cut to Bradford and the Waffles and the school marching band.
What the fuck are they doing? It's Charlottesville all over again.
They're gonna take a 6-hour march to Allison's house.
Oh And then they jump like forward once and jump back twice.
Yeah, it's gonna take forever.
And yeah, they're like, the Jews will not replace us.
Blood and soil. Blood and soil.
Good people on both sides, Sean. Shut up.
I just like to think when they're attending Dallas and Brad's like,
Yeah, that would be a real strenuous like escapade.
yeah.
What the fuck? Yeah, that's to prove his devotion or something.
I can sing better than Crybaby any day of the week, except Sunday when I rest my voice for the Lord.
Any day of the week. Yeah, so Allison heard the radio broadcast about Lenora. So she's like, fuck Crybaby. I'm with this fucking dweeb now again. And so she's dressed like a square again, goes out, kisses him. And he's like, hey man, you want to sing at the theme park with me? There's a new theme park. We're gonna.
It's something a little wild, a little cool, a little crazy. I heard this is another indication that grandma is like kind of an all right broad. She's like, you should really spend some time and just think about it, Allison.
Yeah, before she runs out there,
Yeah.
she's like, oh, that fucking little prick's out there again. Maybe you want to just think about it a little bit. She's like, nah. That ain't me, Grandma. I'm 17 years old. I don't know how to read. And this is what I'm about. Oscillating between two boys. Because I'm 17. Fuck you expect.
Oh, hello, Wanda. This is your new sister. You're going to live with her mother and father.
Oh, wait, first...
I just wanted to get to mother and Potter.
Mother and Potter. Yeah,
Mother and Potter.
Yeah, Wanda's parents got an exchange student from Sweden. And then Wanda's gonna get switched over with it. She's like, you traded me? And
we didn't know what else to do.
It's funny to think about
Bork.
because I feel like she'd probably go to Sweden and have a pretty good time in Sweden.
She'd probably do alright in Sweden.
Yeah. But, I mean, they don't got fucking rockabilly. They don't got that hillbilly shit.
Not yet. Not in the 50s.
They do now, though. I saw, like, a fucking Vice documentary that was, like, greasers in Sweden.
Yeah, they're probably just as racist as real greasers.
Yeah, they had Confederate flags and shit. Yeah. I think that was actually the point of the documentary is how they didn't understand the cultural insensitivity of some of the shit they were doing.
Mm-hmm. I feel like that's a lot of problems in some of the Scandinavian countries that I see. Is that they have a very weird understanding of like the American black culture.
Yeah, because they don't have any
because they're all white.
Yeah,
what it is.
Very far removed from it. Just a lot of people in America don't seem to understand it either.
Yeah, that's
and
fair.
we call them politicians.
What? This black woman I brought in says Trump isn't a racist. I can't be a racist. I have a black friend. He's my best friend. What? Tell him.
Tell him, black.
Tell him, black friend.
See, we'll
I think the real racism is you calling me a racist.
The best part of it to me, though, when
I said it, he hit like fucking black tokenism bingo.
Not only that, well, yeah, that's great too, because he's like, all right, well, first of all, you're racist.
Also, I have a black friend.
I
have black relatives.
And
this woman is black, and she says Trump isn't racist. I don't understand.
What's the problem here? We didn't let her speak and tell you or tell you that or anything. We just brought her in. She stood behind
She's
me.
a prop. I'll point to her and talk.
The best thing, though, is Rashida Tlaib said that in her speech. And immediately this motherfucker turns his mic on, starts yelling over her, blah, blah, blah. So she just accused him of being a racist and treating the other woman like a prop, basically being disrespectful. So his immediate response is, I know what to do. I'm going to yell over this young woman of color, freshman congresswoman, and just totally drown her out and yell about how she's racist and I'm not. So, yeah, man, you're really coming off like a real respectful, understanding kind of dude.
And then I'm going to cry about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but good for Rashida.
I couldn't fit the respect I have for Mark Meadows into thimble. Well, maybe... it might just fill up the thimble.
No, it'd be like I could get it into one of the pores on the outside of the thimble. Yeah, good for Rashida Tlaib, though, especially when I didn't say he was racist. I said anyone who would do that is racist.
Feel free to read between the lines.
Yeah, good stuff. It's a crazy world we live in.
Oh, my best friend's black.
Come on, tell him, my black friend.
Tell him, black friend.
We hang out, right? Oh, jeez. Yeah, she's not having that shit, though. She's not going to Sweden. She goes to hitchhike, shows a little leg.
It's Nosy Joe. He's gonna stick his big nose where it don't belong.
He's like, yay.
He's gonna stick his big nose in your business. His big nose in your business.
He just wants more nudie cuties.
Yeah, he's gonna stick his penis in your vagina.
Nah, he'd never do that to Wanda.
Okay.
She'd cut him up.
I'm just saying, Kyle, that she needs to be careful. Taking rides from strangers.
I think she knows what to do, man. Remember, she stabbed that dude with her titties in the brawl.
She doesn't have a knife like old Hatchetface, though.
I'm sure she does. They're sure they're all carrying knives. I'd be carrying a knife.
That's the one thing. Like, why isn't Hatchetface stabbing people in that brawl at Turkey Point?
Oh, because that's how you go to jail forever. Oh, no. Nah. I mean, depends on the length of the blade and where you get them at. Oh, yeah. So before that, though, there's another great musical number where Dupree comes up and he's like, "Crybaby, you gotta hear the radio. Allison's on there talking shit. Crybaby, you're a jerk and a liar." And then Brad's like, "Oh, I sing better than you, and my penis doesn't work as good, but my dad's got money." And
he owns a dealership.
I like the Johnny Depp basically starts a prison riot because he's so angry. He's like, "Ah!" And then do crazy like dance number and shit. They're banging hammers on everything. Fighting the police, getting water hosed and shit. Oh, yeah, but because of that,
he gets thrown in the hole.
Locked in the hole. Dupree gives him a Crybaby tattoo.
Did they take your shoes when you go into the shoe? Because he doesn't have no shoes on.
Probably, I think, like, you just don't have laces so you don't hang yourself, but I guess maybe you just don't get shoes. Prison was, if you can believe it, it was even more shitty than it is now.
Shocking.
But yeah, he gets the murderer tattoo. Mm-hmm. You know, you get a teardrop for.
Well, he's obviously planning to kill Allison.
You think that's what it is?
Yep.
I think he's just like
he's got murder in his heart.
I think I'm keep this one tear for Allison is gonna be permanent. She's gonna know it for. Oh yeah, he is gonna kill her. Oh my god! And Dupree is an accomplice to it. He's like, "Whoa, check it out. I'm not coming with you because I don't want to be directly involved." But
yeah, that's the funniest part. It's like, here's how you'd escape, man. I'm gonna stay here.
Which was probably a good choice because Crybaby does not make it out.
No, well, that's because of that fucking rat.
Yeah. Shawshank Redemption copied this stuff. When he's going through like the sewer and stuff. Frank Darabont, you hack.
Stephen King, you hack.
You hack. You wrote the short story before this movie came out. But I know you copied it somehow. You dig. Then Hatchetface and Milton.
They have a helicopter plane.
There's still a helicopter. And I like when they land in the prison like yard. Hatch's face is just like, "This is a jailbreak," and then immediately start getting shot at, and everyone's running around.
Does the boys' correctional facility have armed guards with shotguns?
I would think so, because they're like
that facility down the road is a correctional facility for boys. I am positive they do not have armed guards.
I bet they got dudes like beanbag guns.
I don't think so.
They
usually, whenever a kid runs away, they usually just chase him down.
Oh. I don't know. This looks.
This is the 50s though.
Yeah, so and it looks like a straight up prison. Everyone else in there with Crybaby looks like grown men. So
yeah, someone got mustaches. Well, they go to there till 21. So
yeah, that's true. The jailbreak doesn't work. They
just run around like Crybaby, Crybaby. And then some black guys have to help them. Like, jump in the garbage can and get out of here, you dumbasses.
What the fuck are you doing?
I guess we'll stay here too.
Yeah, so they have to escape themselves. Luckily, they don't. They're not like super unique, dynamic-looking human beings.
Especially Hatchetface. And everyone's gonna catch her.
There's no way they're gonna get caught for any of that stuff. Yeah, and then this is where the rat tricks Johnny Depp. Yeah. He's like, "Hey, follow me," and he pops out in line to get his haircut, and the rat's like. I like that they personified the rat. Do you know that rats can actually laugh? They do like laugh and giggle and stuff.
Ugh, creepy.
What? Rats are cute.
No, they're not.
I like them. Garbage rats. Well, maybe not like dirty garbage rats. I still think they're cute. And I'm like, sorry, you're so dirty. I don't want to touch you. but clean rats are the best kind of rats.
Maybe take a bath, get a blood test or something.
Yeah. Now it's Belvedere, Ramona Ricketts, and Pepper are going to get the kids back. They're disguised as some suburbanite squares.
Yeah.
We're looking for 2 kids that are cool.
Well, this one's Caucasian, but that's the only thing I can recommend about it.
I like that they're on display like the reptiles at the zoo.
Yeah.
And they're all like performing domestic actions.
This one's Mommy's Little Helper.
Like they're different models.
Maybe something with a little spunk.
A little spunk. Yeah, and then they have the baby drapes dressed up as though they're Siamese twins. So no one will want to adopt
That's what
them.
they're trying to get them adopted.
She's like, no, you don't want these kids. Think of all the clothes you'll have to sew and blah, 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 blah. But they just rip off their disguises and they're like, fuck you.
We got a gun. We're taking all the kids.
Listen, I got a gun. We're setting these kids free. And they have a little baby jailbreak. But where do most of those kids go?
That's not their problem.
Yeah. I like Iggy Pop running out with all the kids.
He's
once
jumping.
Again, he's like, yeah.
I just like to think he's high on PCP the entire movie.
I mean, in character, really.
And then we cut to Brad and the Miffles singing the second best song about the Sandman. Or maybe the first best song about the Sandman.
Isn't the... Oh, you mean the Metallica song?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Enter Naya.
I don't know. It's a toss-up because depending on my mood, I like one more than the other. Neither of them are bad, but neither of them are really super great either. Just a Sandman.
Bring me a dream. Boom, boom, boom.
So a lot happens in this performance. They keep pushing Allison out of the way, making a joke out of her. Mm-hmm. Lenore is turned into a square, and she now has the hots for Brad, and he seems to be into it. So, didn't really see how that happened, but you know what? They're 17-year-old kids. Shit's fickle. Who knows what could happen day to day?
Lenore's just a crazy person.
Yeah, I think that's the main thing. Brad seems like he's kind of crazy too. So
No. He seems perfectly rational.
I'm sure they'll have some very interesting kids. But luckily, there's some mascots that were actually the drapes in disguise. We got a few of the dudes from the Black Gang are there, like low key, like yeah.
And we're here too.
We're here to rescue Allison. And then Iggy Pop does, dressed as the Easter Bunny.
He swings in Tarzan style.
Yeah, and grabs her. And Grandma's fucking on board at this point. She just like, whatever. She got a skull and crossbones brooch from Ramona Ricketts. She's holding one of the baby drapes. She's like, man, this is just way more fun than that like finishing school shit I've been doing. Let's get up to it. Yeah, so their big plan is...
Big musical finish.
Oh yeah, this song's dope too. They just like roll in. Allison's gonna be looking sexy and just like, you know, sing to the jailer like, let him out, let him out, let him out. And yeah, big musical number.
Before he cuts his hair.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, because there's a ticking clock.
Are you familiar with the game Chicken?
Chicken. So the judge does let him out because he's thirsty for Grandma. They're gonna activate that.
He also really likes that song.
The song is really fucking good. I'd let him out too. They'd be like, if someone rolled up and was singing that for Ted Bundy, I'd be like, I shouldn't be a judge.
You're like that one guy that let him escape from the light fiction in prison. He sang quite a beautiful song, and so I feel compelled to let him out and murder 3 more women.
Man, that guy's fucking gotta hate himself. I'm surprised he didn't kill himself.
That's what I said to Coops when we were watching.
Yeah.
I said this motherfucking kill himself. I should be halfway to Canada myself by now.
Yeah, So, Crybaby gets set free. They even give him a new suit. And he's giving a speech, and Brad's like, oh yeah, well, my grandpappy threw a switch that killed your parents, and we celebrate it every Christmas, and we laugh and laugh.
He brings out the calendar, and he talks about it.
Yeah, it's like, damn, it was pretty fucked up, Square.
That guy will later go on to be a Supreme Court justice.
Brett Kavanaugh.
He likes beer.
I like beers, okay? So, yeah, that's Crybaby's like, we're going to finish this once and for all. You know what chicken is? And he's like, yeah. He's like, well, we're going to do an even more extreme version of
We're going to do a chicken.
We're going to
We're going to do a Teen Wolf chicken.
I'm going to threaten the lives of my entire family. Because, yeah, when it gets down to it...
Not the baby drapes. They're not in there.
I was thinking I always thought it would be funny if they did put the baby.
Yeah, me
voice in
too.
there.
Well, the entire time I'm like, man, are they gonna put those kids in there?
I feel like it
Because
might.
I haven't seen it since I was this movie since I was like 15 at least.
Yeah, well, I watched it like a couple years ago at the latest. I feel like maybe that was the intention at one point because it's definitely in John Waters' like humor wheelhouse.
Yeah.
But I don't think they would have been able to
He's
get
like,
it.
let's get. We want to keep this PG-13.
Yeah, I think that might have changed things. Iggy's driving. Ramona Ricketts is in there. Pepper's in there too, giving birth, and he's just riding on the top.
It's a real Ricky Bobby situation.
Yeah, the squares. Are the driver? He's got all the wiffles or whatever are in the car, and they also steal
Grandma.
Allison's grandma. And, like,
She's like, please, Brad, don't do it. It's stupid and dangerous. She's like, you're born a square, you're gonna die a square.
We're gonna die, all of us. New baby pops out. There's a fresh new baby as they're speeding towards each other, speeding towards death. Allison notices that, because there's, oh my god, there's someone. Crybaby's giving his speech, right? He's like, yeah, we're gonna play chicken, and I'm gonna sing a song in my daddy would have loved while we're doing it. It's gonna be something hillbilly, and then the crowd's like, oh, and he's like, it's gotta be something colored, and then they're all like, ah. So he's doing one final duet with Allison, so she's performing, and he's just singing while he's on top of the car, and they know, but Dupree and Allison notice that Grandma's in the car, hop on a motorcycle. For some reason, her skirt gets torn off, but it's just like fucking show a little leg, Allison.
Didn't you hear what the crybaby girl said earlier?
Yeah, you gotta use your bazongas as a weapon. Pre and Allison don't end up saving the day or doing much, really.
Yeah, Grandma crashes into a barn.
Yeah, well, the wiffles
Turn!
They get scared because they don't want to die.
They chicken.
Yeah, they chicken. So Crybaby wins. Dupree hits a bump and sends Allison flying. But luckily,
Right in to Crybaby's house.
That's right. A real comical flight too. I love it too. It's just like, whoa. And then there's like 2 freeze frames in a row, which is great. A great way to end the movie because it's like freeze frame where he catches her, and then it cuts to like everyone now has like 1 teardrop like Crybaby.
Yeah.
Because they're all so impressed, and then it cuts to him and Allison one more time, and they both have 2 teardrops in a freeze frame. And you're like, hell yeah, greatest movie of all time. Thank you, John Waters. What did you think? It's the greatest movie of all time?
I mean, I don't know what's the greatest movie of all time. I enjoy it.
It's got some funny shit in it. Can we take Wanda the fuck home?
That's the funniest line in the movie. Oh, okay. Can we take Wanda the fuck home?
Yeah, that line's pretty good. I like all the subtle social commentary that's in it, too. It's gonna be something colored. And the crowd is so upset.
Shocked.
Yeah, because that's the origin of a lot of like hillbilly, rockabilly, rock and roll music as you know it in the United States.
I mean, that is the origin of rock and roll.
Yeah, we got it from black folk.
The Da Blues.
Da blues. That's like Kevin Burns or whatever said the only thing Americans invented that was good was jazz. I think that's what he said. So thank you, Black Americans, because you're the ones that did it. The only culturally significant thing that most white people in the United States did for music, anyways, is they brought over something like that old folk music from like the England and Scotland and into Appalachia and started yelling that shit in the mountains. Which helped a little bit in developing rock and roll and stuff. So thanks for that, I guess. Yeah, I got
nothing to add to that one.
Can't think of anything else until later on. Like punk rock was mostly white kids in the Queens. It was the white ghetto version of hip hop at the time. But that punk rock's just building off of rock and roll.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, it's just
It's cool. Thanks for music, Black America. We wouldn't have cool movies like Crybaby without you guys. Thanks. And tons of other things.
Even though you don't feature heavily in it.
They got a black gang in there. Interesting, they're called the Conks. Because, that's a cool hairstyle for black men from like the 20s to the 60s or so. Like Little Richard did it and stuff. You'd like straighten your hair with like fucking lye. So you get a pompadour, which is like the hairstyle that I'll have in it. Which fucking, man, that seems shitty. That's why like Malcolm X was like, fuck that bullshit. Anyways, Crybaby's a good movie. I love it. We got a Patreon.
Yeah, we got a Patreon. I guess we should. I'll do it next time, but we'll go over the tiers. There's 2 tiers.
2 tiers, $1 and $5, right?
Yeah, $1, $5. We might add a $20 tier later on. We're talking about it.
We got a website.
It's McVentureProductions.com.
You have a Twitter.
It's at A. Sean McDonald. Are you going to get a Twitter?
I keep saying I'm going to, and I just never get around to it.
I don't think you're actually going to do it. I don't believe you.
Well, no, I'm like, I'm ready to pull the trigger on it, but then I just never, like, oh, I should go to Twitter right now and sign up.
Whenever we go to set up your stream, we're going to do it.
Okay. Oh, yeah, and then I'm going to start streaming Friday nights. Not going to be playing games necessarily. Just kind of...
Kyle versus the internet.
Yeah, I'm just going to...
Journeys into misery.
Yeah, it's just going to kind of be me on the internet, listening to music, looking at shit, talking to chat. I might eventually have like special guests on it and stuff if my friends want to hang out once in a while. But that's about that's what's going on. It's I don't want to limit it too much out at the outset, but if you're like just a boring ass like Twitch like meme lord kind of guy, like fucking don't watch my stream. I don't want to talk to you. Like that's what I dislike about Twitch and YouTube the most is just the bland like 15 to 30-year-old white boy internet nerds. Even though like I guess I kind of am one.
You just fall. You're outside of the 30-year-old range,
yeah,
I guess. But
yeah, I don't just want to hang out with you guys. So any fucking weirdos that want to hang out with me on Twitch, you're more than welcome to hang out.
What movie are we watching next? That's the other thing we gotta go over.
What are we watching next? It's getting warm outside, starting to head towards summertime. Always like makes me change my views on what movies I want to watch and like what music I want to listen to, things like that. I have seasonal
anxiety disorder.
Yeah, whatever.
Sad.
You know what would be good is probably Lost Boys.
Lost Boys? I
Yep.
think you were just thinking that because we made a Lost Boys reference in this episode.
Did we?
Santa Claus, you're all a damn vampires.
Oh yeah. Yeah, let's watch Lost Boys though.
Alright, I'm down with Lost Boys.
It takes place in Santa Cruz. Well, it's filmed in Santa Cruz.
That's Santa Clarita.
That's a made up place.
Shut up.
Santa Carla?
The new Jordan Peele movie takes place in Santa Cruz.
Really?
Yeah.
Us? Interesting. At the Oscars, Spike Lee was so upset that Green Book won, he tried to storm out, and Jordan Peele had to stop him.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't hear that. I didn't watch the Oscars at all.
I didn't either. I just like saw like.
The only thing I saw is him jumping on top of Sam Jackson.
Yeah.
Picture that.
Yeah, I get it though. Spike Lee's worked his whole career to make to have like a strong black voice in film and stuff like that, and then Green Book was just like a dumb white guilt movie, cheesy as shit. So I'd be pretty pissed too.
I don't know what he expected. I mean, he's not paid attention.
I don't know. I'm like that's the thing. I don't think he expected Black Klansman to win, even though easily a better movie than Green Book. But I could definitely understand why he would feel insulted. Honestly, I
guess I get why he would feel insulted. I'm not surprised by it. I feel like everybody knew going in that Green Book is going to win.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Because I don't know. I felt like I did. Just think about who most of the Academy is. It's old white people.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And what kind of movies do old white people like? Movies that make them feel good about themselves. What movie makes you feel good about yourself? The Green Book.
The white savior.
Yeah.
All right, well, whack. I guess a lot of people are going to listen to this episode, and we're going to be SJW, snowflake,
whatever, fuck
apologists or whatever. But I don't give a
fight me.
You guys are all nerds. I already said it. You fucking nerds on the internet. Go to our website. Give us money. Fucking nerds. Space Force.
Space Force.